the NFL is under assault. And let's make a distinction here. You know, in the NBA, they always stand for the anthem. And the reason is because they actually have a joint agreement between the players union and the owners that they jointly agreed to on that, which already takes it into a completely different realm than what they've done in the NFL as far as suppressing the speech and expression of their players and also treating grown male professionals as children. This is Malcolm Jenkins, who plays for the Eagles, holding up a sign in protest in relation to the White House cancellation of the White House celebration. And I'm going to read from it. I guess he's holding it in silence.
There's a few of them he goes through.
It's hard, but is this written on this sheet, though?
I wrote it all down.
You wrote it all down, right? So we're good. So if you're watching it, I'll just read them over. I don't know if I'll always be overlapping with the signs he's holding, but I'll read so you get the message across. All right, let's play this. It says, you aren't listening to the more than 60% of people in prison are of color. Nearly 200,000 juveniles enter the adult prison system each year, most for nonviolent crimes. Hashtag stop the school to prison pipeline. You aren't listening. In 2018, 439 people shot and killed by police thus far in the U.S. Population 8% of African Americans shot by police, 25% equal African American males on every given night. 500,000 sit in jail. Convicted? ? No. Poor? Yes. Hashtag end cash bail. That's really important. True patriots: Anquan Bolden, Doug Baldwin, Richard Sherman, Devin McCarthy, Josh Norman, Chris Long, Torrey Smith, Rodney McLeod, Michael Bennett, Ben Watson, Demario Davis, Carl Davis, Kevin Beachbaum, Matt Slater, Josh McCown, Durhorn Harmon, Johnson Badmosi, Ben Watson, Demario Davis helped push through House Bill 265 restoring voting rights for returning citizens. Devin McCarthy, Duran Harmon, Matt Slater, and Johnson Badamasi lobbied to raise the age from 7 to 12 to entering the criminal justice system. That's still way too young, but that's insane that you could be 7. You aren't listening. Colin Kaepernick gave $1 million to charity. Chris Long gave his entire year's salary to educational initiatives. You aren't listening. And that's exactly right. We're going to play... which one is this one you have up now? Oh, okay. We could do this one, and then we'll play the funny video. So Chelsea Manning, apparently a couple of days ago on Twitter, threatened to kill herself. And obviously, if somebody publicly states that, people should check in on them and provide them some support and help. This is actually something that's happened several times, though, in the United States. Calls that begin with people basically being in a state where they need help, and then police entering their homes with guns drawn. It's really bizarre. This is footage of police entering Chelsea Manning's house, and this is a very overused phrase, but calling it a wellness check really, I mean, Orwellian really is the only word for this. They're entering her house, guns drawn. Check this out. Barging into the door here. She was not home when this happened, but security cameras, I guess in both her house and in the building, caught the scene. So basically, they bust open the door and they walk in, guns drawn, flashlights out. I mean, they're responding. It looks like as if somebody had said, I'm like in my house with a bunch of guns and I'm planning on like going a rampage or something.
Yeah,
not
it's like they're expecting traps.
Yeah, they're expecting like booby traps or something. Not The Intercept is publishing this with Manning's permission, and this is what the state looks like, she said. So this is a incredibly bizarre
It makes me want
reaction.
Cameras like this in my apartment, actually.
Wellness checks like this too often end in police harming the person they're dispatched to help. According to the ACLU, police shot and killed 64 people with mental health issues so far in 2018. I mean, it's just like, there's so much to live for. Get on the fucking ground.
Seriously.
Don't hurt yourself. Hands up, we'll fucking kill you. So, yeah.
This happens a lot, unfortunately. Like, the cops do not have any ability to help people who are having mental health episodes.
Well, and to be totally, I mean, this is an area where actually cops have a valid, like, this is another area where because of mass cuts into like public health infrastructure and into like people being in social service jobs and other functions that are broadly needed in society, cops in a weird way, like teachers, are actually like asked to sort of perform functions like this, which they should not be asked to do.
Yeah.
And they should not be put in those situations for their own sake as well. So it's a completely valid complaint by cops as well. Now, we do have an example from Canada of a cop being pretty fucking cool. I have to admit, this is the most charming video I've ever seen. I hope it's real. A part of me does feel like it's potentially staged, but let's just go with it's real. This is a cop. He's doing a local news interview. He's standing basically on an overpass above a highway, and below him, two guys are in their car, and they're like jawboning each other. They're like about to, I mean, they clearly don't really want to get into a fight, but they're yelling at each other and whatever. And watch how this cop responds. Watch the Canadian response to de-escalation.
There's a road rage incident just right there.
Hey! Now's the time. Hey! Get back in the car. Grow up. Sit down or you're going to get arrested.
Listen to the officer.
Both of you, grow up. Come on, boys. Move it. Everybody's a winner. Don't worry.
That's one of the most charming things I've seen in a long time.
That is the kind of nuanced bystander intervention that American cops need to learn.
I love the part where, what does he say again? He's like, come on, boys.
Yeah, like
everybody's a winner. That's so fucking great.
Get back in the car. Grow up.
Grow up.
Sit down or you're going to get arrested.
Listen to the officer.
Both of you, grow up. Come on, boys. Move it. Everybody's a winner. Don't worry.
That cop is so cool. I hope that's a real video.
That's how you would imagine police were if like you only watched like Mr. Rogers growing up.
Right.
Come on, boys.
Come on, boys. So emasculating. Just like, I'm just like, the overpass. Like, I'm not even going to pretend that this is a thing. You're both embarrassing yourselves, and I'm doing both of you a favor. Just shut up, get in your cars. It's great. And then that perfect condescending, like, everybody's a winner. I'm just so fucking just.